This video is sponsored by Train World, America's discount model train store since 1968.
Hey everybody, it's Jimmy from the DIY and Digital, and today we're painting and detailing building number 2. Welcome back everybody. First of all, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you're eligible for the 10,000 subscriber giveaway sponsored by Train World. Those guys are awesome enough to give me a couple prizes to give away in N and HO scale, and you can check out those prizes at the link right up here as well as in the description below, and you do have to be a subscriber to be eligible for that giveaway. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and while you're at it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Okay, quick 2 things. I am debuting not 1 but 2 new buildings in the Etsy store. I've got building number 5, which is a row house, and we're also going to be putting the fast food restaurant that I designed a little earlier on to the Etsy store. So this is ready to go. So that's going to be on the Etsy store as well, and we'll talk more about that, plus a surprise coming up at the end of the episode. But right now we're talking about detailing building number 2. Now building number 2 is actually the first building that I completed the design of. Building number 1 I designed first, but building number 2 I finished first, which is why I always reference it first. Plus, it's a great place to start if you're looking to do some practice detailing. This building is available in my Etsy store, but we're going to be doing some really simple detailing that anyone can do to make this look good on your layout. We're not going to be going insane, but we're going to show you guys what will make this building look good on your layout. And we're going to be using spray paint to do most of it, so don't worry about airbrushing or any of that like that. I love using my airbrush, but spray paint is something that is more accessible to everyone. So let's go ahead and get started. This is building 2 as it comes to you if you ordered off of my Etsy store. I go ahead and pre-prime these buildings for you so you can get straight to paint. The roof, however, comes untreated. As I said before, I'm going to be using spray paint to paint this model. Now, I like to paint using a wire taped to the model to hold it as I spray. And I'm going to spray the roof with a matte black paint. Now, always remember to use spray paint in a well-ventilated room. I then do the same process with red paint for the main body. I let the initial coat dry overnight. You can see there's still a lot of gloss on it, even though this is a matte paint, but we'll take care of that. I then use masking tape to mask off sections that I don't want the second color to go on, and I will be painting this with a chalky concrete color this time. Take your time masking. The greater care you take, the less you'll have to touch up when you're done painting. For the front, I line up the tape with the bottom of the brick, and I use a sharp blade to cut clean lines. I then press the edges tight as I can get to get a good seat. Now it's time for paint. I paint this level in quick bursts while moving to prevent the paint from globbing up. You'll also notice a line below the building on the box. I give the paint a several second spray to clear any gunk before I spray on the building. Now it's time to gently remove the mask. Overall, the masking tape did a great job, but I do still have a little bit of touch-up. I start by gently scraping what I can off. This is where leaving the initial coat overnight comes in handy because the paint has already cured and is pretty much just stuck solid on there and takes some significant work to get the paint back off. Once I've scraped off what I can, I spray a little bit of the red into a small cup and use a small brush for touch-up. I then use the concrete color in the same fashion to paint the top. I use a stiff, flat edge brush when painting the top. I then wipe away any excess using a paper towel with a firm pressure and one smooth motion. Once that is dried, I then mask everything but the door. And then I use the similar spray paint technique to paint it brown. I remove the masking tape, do a little bit of touch up, and let it dry. Now it's time for the windows, specifically the window frames. And this is where I'm going to switch over to using a tan acrylic paint and a fine tip brush. Rather than rotating my hand, I rotate the model to get different angles. I then repeat the process for all of the windows. Now it's time to weather, and you've seen me use a similar weathering process on a DPM kit. I'll link that right up here. I use pastels ground up by sandpaper for weathering. I start with a white pastel and grind some of it off on sandpaper. I then use a soft brush to go ahead and brush it on. I use the white to bring out the mortar lines in the brick. Next, I grind up some brown pastel to model some streaks and dirt underneath the windows. And I finally ground up some black pastel to accentuate those streaks and to add a little bit of dirt all over the model. The last thing I do is I spray paint and weather the base that comes with the model, and I'm using the same concrete paint to do that. And then I can attach it all together. I'm a little weird actually with these. I use double-sided tape to attach everything so I can take it back apart, but you can use glue. Super glue works really well with resin prints. And here is the final result. I am very happy with this. Now, if you're doing this, you'll want to spray some dull coat on it so that you can get everything sealed in. Okay, so we're done detailing that model. Let's go ahead and talk about the new models that are on sale in my Etsy store right now. So this is building number 5, and it's my first residential building for sale. This is a townhouse or a row house, whichever one you want to call it. It's 2.5 stories. It's got a little basement window, and it has stairwells attached on both sides, and it also has some detail on the front side. So both the sides match, but the detail on the front indicates the front. It also has a little mailbox on the side as well, and it'll come with, you'll have an option of buying 2 different bases. You'll have a central base, which is literally just the width of the row house itself, as you can see, and then there's also a side base, which can go either way, and you'll have to select which one you want when you purchase this, but basically it's designed where you can potentially line up a bunch of these, and that's actually going to lead into the pricing. So these models are going to be $10. Imperfect prints are going to be $6. So just like building number 1, exact same pricing because it takes pretty close to the same amount of resin. And what you're also going to be able to do is, if you bought 3 of them, it'd be $30. But if it were to be bought in a 3-pack, which I'm actually going to offer, you'll be able to get 3 for $25. And what you'll get is basically 2 side pieces and a middle piece in that 3-pack. So you could automatically have 3 row houses lined up together, and that'll be $25. So $10 each, you got to select your base, or $25 for 3, and you get 2 side pieces and a middle piece for the base. So that's the row house. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the second building we're debuting in. You guys may remember when I designed the fast food restaurant and it took a little bit of time to get the print perfect. Well, I finally got this print good to go. So this is the fast food restaurant. It is on sale right now. It's going to be $12, and perfect prints are going to be $8, although I don't have any right now. And it's also going to come with a little menu that you can put out at a drive-through. And of course, it's going to come with a standard base and a roof. The roof do not have roof details like the one that I printed out in the way that I made this. All right, so that's fast food restaurant on sale, $12. Building 5 row house on sale, $10, or 3 for $25. And that's what I got going on. And now time for the surprise. First of all, you guys know building number 2. Building number 2 is the first building that I ever successfully designed and printed. And let's go ahead and take a look at this. You guys may have noticed this already. This is an HO scale building number 2. And what this is it is a 3D print. I actually had to print the 4 walls separately, hollowed them out, and put them together with super glue, which is what you use on resin prints. It's the best way to go. And then I put gray primer on it. So what I would probably do is I'd sell this as more of a kit. And what I'm basically looking at right now is potentially doing silicone molds and some quick casting resin to be able to make these kits. And I would just have to look at the pricing. There's no word on pricing yet. I know I asked on my channel, but if I go this way, the pricing may still be varied. But being able to do HO scale models as a kit is going to be far more doable until I can get a larger printer than doing the pre-made buildings. And I know the pre-made buildings are more desirable, but I promise to make these as easy to assemble as possible, whether it's printing out little guides that help you line it up or everything. I want to make these buildings still easy to assemble. Okay, so that is just a little tease here of HO scale building number 2. Thanks guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that bell icon so that you don't miss any updates. Plus you're eligible for the 10,000 subscriber giveaway sponsored by Train World. All right guys, until next time, I'm Jimmy from the DIY and Digital. Stay safe and happy railroading. Hey everybody, it's Jimmy from the DIY and Digital, and today we're painting in the regular prints for, I believe I said, and thanks for watching guys. If you haven't already, go ahead. Oh,